Welcome, everybody, to the second episode of Ground Zero. I'm Jack Lubash along with Anthony Douglas. And Anthony, what a show we had last week with the immortal Hulk Hogan becoming the new champion here on Ground Zero.
Oh yeah, Hulkamania is running wild. It'll be interesting to see how things play out tonight. And Bad News Barrett embracing the fans. Wow.
Tonight, we know Bad News Barrett is going to team up with Hulk Hogan to take on Brock Lesnar. And whether he's Brock Lesnar's choice as a partner, but Ryback in a tag team matchup, how do you think that's going to play out?
Oh my, the two big powerhouses on the same team. It's going to, Brock Lesnar and Ryback, I will say this about them. They don't have the best attitudes in the business, so it'll be interesting to see if their egos collide and they can keep it on the same page or if it's going to break down. But I want to know your thoughts. What do you think? Hulk Hogan, Bad News Barrett, are they on the same page? Or
it appears as though they are, but again, you look at the track record of Wade Barrett, and he hasn't done anything to really be on the fan side in his career, so this could be some kind of mind game on his part to win back his title that he feels is his. But I don't know, we'll get answers tonight. But I mean, let's not take away from this opening match, Dolph Ziggler against The Miz. And I know a lot of people gave me flack for picking The Miz as the last choice for my roster, but when you look at it, The Miz does have an impressive record and a former champion himself, and he's going to have his hands full with the show-off tonight, Dolph Ziggler.
And what a rivalry these two had over the years, just back and forth going after titles, and not take away from either of them. They are both former world champions. The Miz did get a little bit higher in stature by main eventing WrestleMania and winning, so we'll see if The Miz can get on a roll here and be that A player that you want him to be, but don't take anything away from Dolph Ziggler.
And this is going to be an amazing contest. Both of these men are great athletes. Dolph Ziggler, arguably the best pure athlete on any brand here in WWE.
Oh yeah, and Dolph Ziggler taking it to the outside right away. Not a usual sight we'd see for this kind of matchup, but I like it. It's different. It makes things more intriguing here, and let's let them fight. Why not? Come on, John Cone, let them fight outside.
Miz taking it back into the ring as he is trying to prove himself as some kind of contender here at Ground Zero, whether it be for the Intercontinental title, which Shawn Michaels holds, or the heavyweight title that is now, of course, around the waist of Hulk Hogan.
Wow, Hulk Hogan. If you would have told me in the year 2014 Hulk Hogan was going to be champion, I would not believe you.
Well, anything can happen here on Ground Zero, and that proved it. And it wasn't a fluke win. Hogan proved himself. He pinned Wade Barrett. And that's something that people need to remember. He didn't pin Brock Lesnar, which in itself would be huge, right, but he beat the champion. So there's no excuses. And, Wade Barrett probably thought of that, and that is why he probably shook the hand of Hulk Hogan.
But let's say Hulk Hogan taking on Bad News Barrett one-on-one. Would the outcome have been the same, or was it just Hulk Hogan's night? I don't know. What do you think?
You can throw out all these speculations of this, that, blah, blah, blah. It's all hearsay. If it was Wade Barrett versus Hulk Hogan one-on-one, it would have been a different situation and maybe a different outcome. We will never know. I'm not going to speculate on who I think would have won in that match, but, Wade Barrett does have that rematch clause that he can use anytime he wants to, and I mean, it's obviously not going to be tonight since he's going to team up with Hogan, but I mean, we'll see if Hogan can hang. I mean, he's up there in age. We can see if he can hang with the young new talent that's out there today.
Yeah, Hogan's adrenaline is running wild. If the vitamins and prayers are going to keep him going all the way as champion, I don't know. It is interesting. Again, like the Purgatory coming up, we know there's going to be some Hell in a Cell matches. Is Hogan at a disadvantage entering a Hell in a Cell? I mean, the age is up there. Can he take a he take a shot to that steel cage?
You can't argue the fact that Hogan is up there in age, and what a DDT by Dolph Ziggler right there. Hogan, you throw in, if it was Hogan from the early 90s, mid 90s, I think he can hang inside a purgatory match like that, but I don't think he can do it. I don't. I think this is going to be a short reign as champion, but you never know. He could prove me wrong. He's the immortal one, Hulk Hogan, and he as you've seen, he hung out there with two of the biggest and baddest in this wrestling company, and is the champion because of it.
Oh, sleeper. This is how Dolph Ziggler likes to win, but he's got him right near the rope, so that might not be good. Miz
is going to sleep.
Getting all the air out of him. And Miz taps.
It's over. Dolph Ziggler, the show-off, proving that he is the better man tonight against The Miz. And let's take a look at some of the action. There's that DDT I was talking about earlier. I think that was the turning point in this matchup.
Oh, yeah. You know, Dolph Ziggler always wants to be the show-off. He wants to be the main event, the workhorse, we can call him. And title or not, he always likes to go out there and put on a show. And there it was, that sleeper hold. I put The Miz to sleep, and we'll see what The Miz can do to come back after that one.
And I think that DDT really messed up The Miz's head, because he did not have any ring presence there at all to realize he was that close to the ropes.
Dolph Ziggler stands tall all by himself inside of that squared circle, and that will move him up in the rankings. We know he's going to go up. His stock has just gone up, getting a victory here on Ground Zero.
Well, he is impressive. That's why he was chosen to be a part of this roster. And I think there's big things in the future for that man.
You can't doubt that the whole crowd, the whole universe, loves Dolph Ziggler.
Well, coming up next, a match that we're all anticipating to see, where we have the Real Americans back on the same page again after Jack Swagger came out and helped his buddy Cesaro win, taking on Kofi Kingston.
Well, I will ask you this, though. What does Bad News Barrett think of this, right? Remember, coming out, hitting him with the title. What does Cesaro think of that? I mean, you had a chance to speak to Cesaro. What did he say about Bad News Barrett hitting him with that title?
You know, he basically said, you know, he understands it's business. He would have done the same thing. That at the time, Wade Barrett was champion. That's his ring. And he, you know, Cesaro says he thinks that Barrett felt intimidated by him because of the impressive win that he had over Mark Henry. I mean, if he could deadlift a man like Mark Henry off the mat, think of what he could do to Barrett. So he didn't blame him, but Cesaro is not going to forgive and forget too easily.
Oh yeah, you know, that's a good way to look at it. You know, you could be angry, you could be upset, you could be mad at Wade Barrett, but instead you say, you know what? I'm better than him. He attacked me, so...
And there could be some truth in what Cesaro was saying. Maybe Barrett was intimidated.
I mean, if the champion is got you pegged, I think you're right up there as one of the top guys in the company. So, Kofi Kingston ready. Is he going to be able to handle the Real Americans back together?
Well, we're going to see here. Kofi, of course, another man that has been underrated here and underused, I think, in wrestling. And here at Ground Zero, anything can happen. I mean, we have Hulk Hogan, a man of his age, as our champion.
And he's teaming with Bad News Barrett in the main event. Just last week, they were fighting in a triple threat match against Brock Lesnar, and now they're teaming up and I don't know, but this match is going to be great because these are two of some of the top athletes in the world right now with Kofi Kingston and Cesaro, two names that I think are very underutilized in the WWE.
The King of Swing, Cesaro, and the high flyer of Kofi Kingston. These two men, they're going to put on a classic match for you here tonight, as only Ground Zero can bring to you.
And you know Jack Swagger out there, he's watching the action. He's got his back. It's weird to see them back together, though, because they were not two guys I thought would come back together, as Swagger wasn't even part of the roster.
Well, you know, one man that isn't back with them, Zeb Coulter. I mean, maybe he was the one that was driving the wedge between the two, and maybe that he is no longer there with them at this point. Maybe that shows that maybe he was the reason why they couldn't get along.
I don't know. Zeb, what if Zeb set up the whole meeting? Maybe he brought him back together. Maybe he's just
possibility.
I've
I've seen Zeb backstage here. I haven't tonight, but last week I saw him backstage. So maybe he is the one to bring these two back together.
I want to mention this though. What is the motive of getting them back together? I mean, on Ground Zero, unlike Raw's War, you don't have a tag team title. Are they gonna divide and conquer? Or are they gonna stay together? I mean, could be the world title they could go for. They could, there's two prestigious titles over here, so they could go for that. But there is no tag title. So, what is the strategy of being on a team here on a show that doesn't have tag team titles?
You make your odds better in your individual matches. If Cesaro decided to go for that heavyweight title, Swagger is going to be in his corner. He's going to play a part and probably help Cesaro get the win. And that's what I think they're doing. I mean, I don't think they're looking at becoming the tag team champions. But then again, what kind of statement would it be if they went and they challenged the current tag team champions, which are the Usos, over on Raw's War, and bring those titles back over to Ground Zero? That would be another slap in Raw's face by taking their title and bringing it over to what they feel is the superior show of Ground Zero.
Well, here's the thing about it. I want to mention this. We know that Purgatory is a big pay-per-view, and we want to know. I want to let you know that all titles can be defended on either show, either brand when that pay-per-view does take place. So let's say that, for example, if a television title was defended on Purgatory, you could have somebody from Raw and somebody from Ground Zero go at it for that title, and then if he would win it, then that title would be on that show until the next pay-per-view when it could be defended again. So there's a lot of intriguing matches we could see with a joint pay-per-view with the brands.
I mean, who wouldn't want to see the Usos take on Swagger and Cesaro? That would be, and look at Kofi, the high-flying agility that he has, gets a 2 count.
Kofi staying on top of him. That's what you have to do when you're in a contest like this. You got to always watch your back, which is hard, but Kofi's got the speed, so he's pretty good at watching his back.
Cesaro with those uppercuts that he's known for. We have yet to see his the swing on Kofi yet, which I can't even imagine how many times he'll swing around if he gets Kofi in that move.
I don't want to.
Oh, hello.
Oh my no! Oh, but this is what you were talking about,
and that's exactly what I'm talking about.
Holy crap!
That match should have been over right there, but because of Swagger costing. Oh man! And the ref is still distracted by Swagger.
He literally tossed him up in the air and did the kick.
I've never seen that before in my life. But now look at this. Now Swagger with a knee to the ribs, and finally, Cesaro with knees to the ribs.
Oh my God! Swagger getting involved. That's not how we like to see it, but that might be it.
And again, Swagger up on the apron.
Come on! I guess you were right. That's what a good tag team partner does, regardless of titles on the line or not. But.
And man, Cesaro now.
That should have been the Kofi Kingston win right there.
Hey, wait.
Is he trying to kick out Swagger? I can't tell what he's doing.
And there's Trouble in Paradise.
First we saw a tossing Trouble in Paradise. Then he hit him with another one. That's 2 Trouble in Paradise, and Cesaro is not getting up.
And look at Kofi. It's like he was having a stare off there, I think, with Swagger. And now, again, this is getting out of hand. The ref needs to stop
That should have been it. The match should be over. Get Swagger out of here. Get him out of here.
I think he did. I think the ref just kicked out Swagger. Finally.
Oh, but Kofi, he's got to be frustrated now. But now that Swagger's gone, Cesaro. Big European uppercut.
Kofi flips right back up.
Oh, this is the comeback that Kofi is known for. Here he goes. He's going to be able to hit the boom drop.
Uh-oh. And now you don't have to worry about the outside.
Oh, that's it. That might be it.
And it's over. Kofi getting the win, but it took Swagger being kicked out from ringside for this to happen that way.
Defying the odds, though, with that one. Oh, man. I can't believe Kofi still was able to pull that one off.
Well, you know, as I stated earlier, Swagger is now an X factor in any of Cesaro's matches and vice versa, and that proved it. I mean, how many times did Swagger get up on that ring apron to distract the referee?
2 Trouble in Paradise. There's no way to come back, especially with the tossing one. There you go. You get Swagger up there again, but that is when he got ejected, and boom, that big lariat taking him down with that comeback move, and that was it. Oh, Cesaro, he can't be happy, but Swagger did his job. He tried to help him.
And the crowd fully behind Kofi Kingston. And that was pretty much like a handicap match for Kofi there. So, you know, type that up as a huge win for Kofi.
Man, I don't even know what to say. I know Kofi, he's on his way to something big.
Oh, anything can happen here at Ground Zero. But, you know, we're up next, and this is a match I've been looking forward to. The leader of the Straight Edge Society, CM Punk, taking on Dean Ambrose, who is one half of the Insiders, him and Seth Rollins.
This is a match that I've been waiting to see for years and years and years. A one-on-one contest with CM Punk going up against Dean Ambrose. This is going to be awesome. I'm excited about this one.
And you notice nobody else in the Straight Edge Society is with Punk, including his wife, AJ Lee, who is the Divas champion. But this is going to be an amazing match, and only a match that you can see here on Ground Zero. You're not going to see this match on Raw's War. This is what Ground Zero is made for. Matches that people want to see. I mean, how many times? I mean, Punk dropping pipe bombs left and right on microphones, and then you have Dean Ambrose, who also likes to drop some pipe bombs on the microphone. Him and Punk are finally going to go at it.
This is an internet fan's dream right here, I'll tell you that. You got CM Punk, you got Dean Ambrose, 2 of the best in the business. You know, Punk, he always says he's the best in the world, whether you want to believe that or not. He solely believes that he is the greatest wrestler ever, and you can say yes or no, but he backs it up in the ring, so I will give him the credit there.
Well, this will be very interesting to say the least, this match. I mean, who are you going to pick out of this?
I think if you see the Straight Edge Society anywhere, it's got to go CM Punk's way, but Seth Rollins probably has Dean's back, so I don't know. It's tough. It's tough. I'm going to say CM Punk by default with the Straight Edge Society on his side. What do you say?
I think Punk is definitely he's got the better of the out of him and Dean Ambrose. Punk has the most experience, but Dean Ambrose, he's hungry. I mean, look at him. He is ready for this match. I guarantee you he has been wanting this match a lot longer than the fans have been wanting it, and he's finally getting it tonight. So I'm gonna go out on a limb here, and I'm gonna go with Dean Ambrose.
Looks like Dean Ambrose is ready for a fight, and the thing you have to worry about with Dean Ambrose is he's a little crazy. He's got a few bricks missing from his house. You know, he's not the most sane person, I guess we can say, but when it comes down to fighting, he might be one of the best brawlers in the business.
You know, this we're about to find out here. This is, and not a single person is sitting down. Everybody is on their feet for this match because they know what they're about to witness.
Oh yeah, you got Dean Ambrose, who is arguably one of the best brawlers, like I said, and then CM Punk, who arguably best in the world. So this is going to come down to. I guess you're going to come down to just a fight, really. I don't know. It's not going to be pretty. It'll probably be bowling shoe ugly, as Jim Ross liked to say. But I will say that Dean Ambrose needs to prove himself right here against the leader of the Straight Edge Society.
And more importantly, Seth Rollins is not in the corner of Dean Ambrose. We pointed out earlier that nobody in the Straight Edge Society was in Punk's corner, but we do not have Rollins in Ambrose's corner. And I wonder if that was something that Ambrose said to Rollins, you know, let me do this on my own. I want to prove this on my own, because a win over CM Punk would be huge for Dean Ambrose.
Can you tell us a little bit more about the Straight Edge Society for people that may not know what the Straight Edge Society is all about?
Straight Edge is a lifestyle that people have chosen, and Punk is basically somebody that's straight edge does not drink. They do not smoke. They do not do drugs. And Punk does not do any of that. And I mean, he lives by that. You know, sometimes he's a little bit more forceful about his ways. I mean, he always lives by the motto, straight edge means I'm better than you. And I mean, he's let these fans know on a number of occasions that he feels that he's better because he doesn't allow substances like alcohol to trigger or to alter his personality or anything like that. And you know, I am a straight edge person myself. I don't necessarily agree with saying that I'm better than somebody that does do the drugs and alcohol and stuff, but you know, it's a movement, and Punk has a strong group behind him now, and Tyson Kidd and Justin Gabriel, not to mention AJ Lee, and I think this is the start of something big.
Yeah, and what a show right here. Instead of having your teammates go out there and fight, you lead by example, and that's what he's doing right here.
Punk's done that several times, lead by example. I mean, there was that time when he was the leader of the Nexus, and I mean, he would lead by example. And you're going to follow somebody that would do something that, I mean, Punk would not tell these people to do anything he wouldn't be able to do himself. And right now, taking on a guy of Dean Ambrose caliber, I mean, that speaks volumes for the type of leader that he is.
Well, like they like to say, a boss is somebody that tells you what to do. A leader is somebody that goes out there and shows you what to do. And CM Punk is being a leader instead of a boss. And that's, you know, whether you like his attitude or not, you got to respect CM Punk for going out there and he's trying to prove himself and show his group, the Straight Edge Society, hey, if you go out there and you fight every night of your life, you can be at the top of your game, and you can be at the top of the company, and that's what being CM Punk means. Is just being the best in the world.
And like I said, Punk has gotten a lot of flack lately. A lot of people thought that he was going to be gone from the WWE because he speaks his mind, like you said, and you can't fault somebody for doing that. I mean, I think Punk has been right in a lot of things that he's said and that he's done. I don't know that I necessarily agree with pushing your straight edge beliefs. I mean, he tried this a few years ago, the Straight Edge Society. It was one of the biggest things ever. People hated him, but I don't know. Punk will do what he wants to do, and I think that over time his movement he's gonna get a lot more followers. And I mean, maybe he's looking at Dean Ambrose as a future member of the Straight Edge Society. Maybe, like you pointed out. Anaconda Vice, that's it. Is this it? Is Ambrose going to tap out?
Is that it? Is he tapping?
Oh, he's
got it.
He's
trying to fight back.
Punk
we know Ambrose has
it locked spirit. In. Goodness. How much more pain can he go through? You can hear the tendons ripping.
No. Dean Ambrose fought back, and he did not tap. This is exactly the kind of guy that CM Punk would love to have on his team. Some guy who never gives up.
That's what I'm saying. I think Punk may have wanted this match more than anybody because he sees something in Dean.
He kicks out again. I thought that was it, though. And Dean Ambrose rolling out of the way of that kick.
I mean,
Dean drop kick to the knee.
Do you think that if Dean gets the win here, he not only wins the respect of the fans, but Punk as well?
I don't know. You never really know what's going on with the mind of Dean Ambrose. Would he like to be with CM Punk? I don't know. We know they. Oh, here we go.
No.
He's looking for a regal stretch of his own, trying to stretch Punk out, making him tap would be.
Whoa.
Oh, he's got him right there, trying to prove himself. No, he lets him go. He just lets him go.
Both men, and that took a lot out of CM Punk.
Only a 2 count. Only a 2 count. Dean Ambrose. Punk back up though.
Both.
Snapmare.
I can't believe
strong cell kick to the back.
Ambrose was able to stay on the Anaconda Vice there. I mean, he was in it for a long time. Look at that kick right to the
Punk
midsection.
Looking for the comeback. We know Punk is known for this comeback right here. And one more. That could be it. Neck breaker. Oh, that's not good. Dean Ambrose in a bad way. He could end it right here. Is Punk looking for that elbow drop?
Oh, shades of Macho Man Randy Savage.
Elbow drop. Here we go. Oh, and hits him right with that elbow drop square in the chest, Dean Ambrose.
Oh, is it go to sleep time?
He's got him.
The GTS and go to sleep, Dean Ambrose.
Oh, right in the face. He's done. He's got to pull him to the center of the ring.
But Punk
took a lot out of him. Remember, Dean Ambrose delivered 2 drop kicks to that knee.
Is this it? Is he done?
Oh,
is he going to go for it?
1, 2, 3.
And it's over.
Punk hit everything he had. And that shows a lot for Dean Ambrose, though, right? Punk had to use that running bulldog. He had to use the elbow drop. He had to use the Anaconda Vice and the go to sleep.
Everything in his arsenal to take out Dean Ambrose. And I'm thinking that Dean Ambrose may have lost, but I think he won the respect of CM Punk. I know a lot of these fans would have loved to see it go the other way, but, you know, Punk he claims to be the best in the world, and Dean Ambrose is one of the best that Ground Zero has to offer, and Punk took him out.
Punk leading by example again, as we say, going out there showing, hey, if you go out there and you fight, you can be just as good as me, and the Straightest Society is buying into that propaganda, if you want to call it that.
Well, and I guarantee you he's going to go backstage right now, and he's going to have a little talk with the Straight Edge Society.
Oh, and what is Punk doing? Getting on his knees right next to Dean.
Oh, talking a little.
He said, I don't know what he said there, but it looked like maybe he's trying to recruit him. I don't know. We'll have to catch up with Punk backstage, but those harsh words to Dean Ambrose.
Well, that match definitely lived up to what everybody wanted to see.
Oh, yeah, everything and more. Punk had to use every move in his arsenal just to get the win on that one.
And next, we have a non-title match. Shawn Michaels taking on Rusev. And, of course, Shawn Michaels, the Intercontinental Champion. This is a huge statement match for Rusev. If he can pin HBK, I can guarantee you he's going to be in line for an Intercontinental title shot.
Well, this is not only a fight for Shawn Michaels, but this is a fight for America. I mean, Rusev, he is the most anti-American person I know.
Oh, yeah. And Shawn Michaels may not be your normal American hero, but he does love the USA. And he's not going to let somebody like Rusev come in here and claim that his country is the better country.
Oh, we know Shawn Michaels is very American, going back to the days of the rivalry with Bret Hart and sticking the Canadian flag up his nose.
Well, and among other things, but you know that was old Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels, of course, found himself, and I don't think the old Shawn Michaels will come out in this match, but I've been wrong before.
I gotta ask you this: what is it? Just me, or does it look like Shawn Michaels ready for a fight? He's not wearing his wrestling tights. He's wearing jeans and a cutoff shirt. He's ready for a fight.
I'm sure he can expect anything from Rusev, and this will be Rusev's debut match here on Ground Zero, as is it for Shawn Michaels. And we don't have, unimportantly, this, like I said, this is huge for Rusev. If he can get a pin, or not necessarily a pin, but a win over Shawn Michaels, he's probably first in line for an Intercontinental title shot, because right now we don't have anybody that's really in the contention for the Intercontinental title.
Oh, and there's Lana. I wonder if she's going to play a factor in this match, or if she's just going to announce him. But whenever she's around, you can expect Rusev to be at the top of his game.
Oh, whenever she's around, my whole body gives a standing O.
People of America rise. From Mother Russia's super athlete, Rusev.
You know, she's got... She doesn't say much, but that accent, I really don't care what she's saying.
She's basically screaming, attention, attention, attention. Rusev is going to come out and crush you. That's what she's saying. So we'll have to see. Shawn Michaels a legend, though. He is probably the greatest wrestler of all time. I will go down as saying he is the best wrestler ever. My opinion.
I can agree with that. I mean, I grew up watching Shawn Michaels. I idolized him. I would have wrestling matches with my stuffed animals, and I would pretend to be Shawn Michaels. So to sit here and to be able to not only call his match, but have him as the Intercontinental Champion on my show, that's huge for me.
And you got Rusev. Rusev is on a game plan. He's on a strategy to just destroy everything. And what would that do, putting the Intercontinental title around his waist and being the... I guess we could call him the number 2 guy on Ground Zero, because with that title, you are number 2. That's a stepping stone right to the world.
That that Intercontinental title is almost as important, if not more important, than the world title. I mean, when you hold the Intercontinental title, you're the next guy that they're looking at to become the champion. I mean, think of like all the greats that went on to win the title that were first Intercontinental champions: Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart, Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock. I mean, that's just to name a few. Those guys all started out holding that Intercontinental title, and I think that's another thing. That's another reason why I brought the Intercontinental title to this, because I want to bring prestige back to the Intercontinental title.
And that is a prestigious title. It should be held as one of the biggest titles in wrestling, professional wrestling as a whole, is that Intercontinental title. Like you said, to name another few, we have like The Rock, who held that, RVD, Christian. There's a lot of great Intercontinental champions out there.
Edge. I mean, the list goes on. And, you know, a lot of people have been saying that the Intercontinental title these days doesn't mean as much. Whether they're right or wrong, that's the whole purpose of bringing that title to this show, because this show is to bring back old school wrestling. And I mean, we're not going to cater to the little kids out there. This is going to be about what professional wrestling should be about, and this match right here is going to prove it. I mean, these two are going to go at it, and I mean, we got Shawn Michaels going against Rusev. I mean, do you think Rusev would have ever dreamed that he was going to go up against Shawn Michaels?
I don't know. I think Rusev might be a nightmare for Shawn Michaels, if you want to say that.
It could be. We know Shawn Michaels has a bad back. Of course, happened during his casket match with The Undertaker at Royal Rumble, and I think Rusev is going to exploit that back injury. And you know, all it takes is one powerful kick by those huge tree trunk of legs to the back of Shawn Michaels, and that could end his career.
Yeah, no matter how hard you train, after a surgery like Shawn Michaels had, your back is never 100%.
No, not at all. And I mean, it's over the years it has caused him problems. And you know, Shawn Michaels is another person, not taking anything away from him. He's getting up there in age, and right there, the elbow to the small of the back of Shawn Michaels, and and he's gonna work on that.
And there we go. Here we go. Down again on the back. Again, you talked about it earlier, but that is a great strategy for Rusev. Just keep him on there, and then what if he puts in the accolade? You know, that is the move. Works on your back, wrenches your upper back and your neck and your whole body just by making him try and get him to tap out and break a man. That's what Rusev likes to do. He likes to break men.
You know, he doesn't say much. He doesn't say anything at all, and he doesn't have to say anything. I mean, this man is he's a powerful. His debut in the Royal Rumble, I mean, he was impressive. And he is definitely the more impressive of the two in this match thus far.
There we go. Shawn Michaels coming back. He's using his arm breaker, trying to get a pin maybe here. I know Shawn Michaels knows. Oh, no, look. Sharpshooter. No.
This.
Uh-oh, sharpshooter. We talked about Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels, but sharpshooter here on Rusev. Rusev trying to grab the ropes, and he gets to the ropes, and it's a break.
Well, you know, Shawn Michaels, he up to some tricks. I mean, yeah, you talk about him and Bret Hart back in the day and the whole Montreal screw job, but I know you can't take anything away from the career that Shawn Michaels has had.
How fitting, though. We are in Canada tonight.
Is he setting up for a super kick?
Sweet chin music. That is it. Rusev is done. Lights out. Shawn Michaels going for a bid. 1, 2, 3, and Shawn Michaels takes out Rusev. And in Canada, sharpshooter, super kick. Shawn Michaels up to his old tricks again, trying to be the boy toy. Rusev cannot be happy about this, though. Shawn Michaels, he just delivered that sweet chin music.
And did you see how Rusev was out cold? The way he fell, man. That shows you how effective chin music can be. And wait a second.
Batista and Randy Orton? Okay.
Wait a second.
Evolution.
Randy Orton is... Again, Randy Orton's on Ground Zero, but Batista is on Raw. What? And Batista was the one making the motion for...
Batista shaved his beard and... did some weird muscles. I don't know what's going on here. We'll go to our next match though.
Wow.
Wants the Intercontinental title.
Evolution again with some mind games. I don't get it.
I don't understand it, but there you go. Randy Orton and Batista.
And well, here we go. It's our main event. Will Wade Barrett and Hulk Hogan be able to get along on the same page? And the same could be asked, will Brock Lesnar and Ryback be able to be on the same page when Hulk Hogan and Wade Barrett take on Brock Lesnar and Ryback? And there it is, Hulk Hogan. His theme hits, and I can tell you what, it's... I've heard that theme hundreds and hundreds of times, and every time I hear it, part of me gets up and pops for Hulk Hogan.
I will say this, that world title looks great around the waist of Hulk Hogan.
It looks like it's meant to be there. But the question is, who is going to be facing Hulk Hogan for that title at the Purgatory, and will Hulk Hogan be able to walk out with that title?
Hogan likes the theatrics of professional wrestling. That's what he's all about, but we'll see if he can handle it. He's got a match here. He's got a tag team match with Bad News Barrett. We know they shook hands at the end of the last show. Was that a true gesture from Wade Barrett, or was it just, hey, I'll shake your hand. You're Hulk Hogan. Why not? I don't know. Wade Barrett, we'll have to see what he says. If he's on the same page or not, it'll be very, very interesting. With Brock Lesnar and Ryback as well, that's another team where you don't really know. You don't know what's going to happen. This is a strange bedfellows match for sure. You don't know if these teams are going to get along, if they're going to be friends, if they're not going to be friends. Who knows?
Well, I want to know where Ryback falls into this. I mean, he had nothing to do with the main event last week, and now all of a sudden he's teaming up with Brock Lesnar. Was he handpicked by Brock Lesnar, or was Ryback just, he had nothing better to do, so they threw him in this match? I don't know. I think that the question is, will Brock Lesnar and Ryback be able to get along on the same page more than Wade Barrett and Hulk Hogan?
Regardless of how Ryback ended up in the main event tonight, you gotta take an opportunity when it knocks on your door, and we'll see if Ryback could pin Hulk Hogan tonight. Wow, what a statement that would make!
Well, that's why it puts his name into the contention for that title.
It really is. It's a guessing game on who's going to be the number one contender after this.
I'll tell you what, there's nobody like Hulk Hogan. I mean, nobody gets the crowd on their feet like him, and he's looking great for his age.
He is jacked, brother, dude.
And the crowd popping for Wade Barrett as he comes out for the first time as, I guess you can call him a fan favorite.
I guess the crowd not solely behind him, but we'll see. He embraced the universe, so we'll see if they embrace him back.
He's got a very cocky walk heading to the ring. For losing your title a week ago, he seems a little too happy. But again, maybe he's a Hulk Hogan fan. Maybe Hulk Hogan was a childhood fan, or a fan of Wade Barrett when he was a child, and to lose to Hulk Hogan, I mean, maybe that's the only person that Wade Barrett would want to lose to. You
know what Wade Barrett has lost? He's lost 20 pounds with that gold not being around his waist. So here comes.
But this is something interesting. Wade Barrett's on the outside of the ring while Hogan is still on the inside. I mean,
hey, he gave him the spotlight last week. Maybe he's still giving him that spotlight, or maybe, just maybe, he's letting Brock Lesnar get a little mind game advantage on that. I mean, we still don't know the motives behind Bad News Barrett. We can assume that he's changed his ways and he's now with Hogan, but it's interesting.
Tell you what, I would not want to be on the bad side of Brock Lesnar, and I have a feeling both Hogan and Barrett are on the bad side of Brock Lesnar.
Look at Brock pacing back and forth, staring at Hulk Hogan right in the eyes.
He's a beast. But Hogan, look at him. He's not backing down. And now we bring in the fourth man in this match, Ryback. I don't even think the fans know how to feel for Ryback being involved in this match.
We'll have to see if the big guy and the next big thing can get along here. You don't want to call him the next big thing anymore, but he is the thing. He is Brock Lesnar.
And Ryback, I would love to see Ryback and Brock Lesnar get it on in the ring.
We'll see as this progresses. Like I said, it's kind of funny to see these teams all up together because you never know what's going to happen. And Hulk Hogan is still standing in that ring. He is the champion, not backing down from anyone.
I mean, the way it looks right now, it looks like Ryback and Hogan are going to take on Lesnar and Barrett. And I mean, that's what's so unpredictable about this main event. I mean, there's so many combustible elements here, but, you know, I want to touch on this real quick, what we just saw.
Oh, look at that.
Wow.
Okay, that's answering the question. They are on the same page. Wade Barrett's going to go at it first. Okay, I like it.
Well, no. Hogan and Lesnar, and Hogan not wasting any time going right after.
Oh, go for a pin right away. Oh,
what a statement that would have been. That was a shot to the back of Hogan's head by Ryback. And,
just powering him down. But that was, I guess we know right now, Brock and Ryback working on the same page, and Hogan and Barrett, being on the same page. So,
and can you listen to this crowd? It's electric in here. Another successful Ground Zero show where everybody is just on their feet, excited. And I mean, this match. Oh my!
German suit. Oh, what?
What the hell?
Hogan went for a tag and Barrett left.
Whoa.
We thought they were on the same page, but Barrett.
Get out of here! I knew it. There's no way that Barrett would have just like that joined Hogan. I can't believe this.
Hogan got German suplex, was looking for a tag, and Barrett split. Wow.
Oh man.
So I guess the handshakes were just trying to fool Hogan. Okay.
Well, I would say I'm surprised, but I'd be lying.
Yeah, I'm afraid I've got some bad news, Hogan.
Pretty much. And now Hogan left to go at it by himself against Brock Lesnar and Ryback. I mean, we've yet to see a tag. And there it is.
You have to think about it, though. Hulk Hogan took the world title from Bad News Barrett. Why would he team up with him?
And that's what I was trying to get the point across. But, I guess me, along with all these fans, were fooled by Barrett.
He had us in the palm of his hand. He raised the hand of Hogan. He shook him at the start of the match. He's like, all right, we're ready. Let's team up. And then, boom, just leaving him to fend for himself.
And look at this. Ryback. I hate to bring this point up all the time, but a man of Hogan's age should not be competing still like that, especially against the two biggest guys on the roster.
Man, and not to have this just turned into a handicap match for real. And oh man, this is not good for Hogan. This is bad. This is it. There's no way Hogan's gonna win. There's no way unless Hogan has
unless something breaks down between Ryback and Lesnar. I mean, this is. I can't believe it. I mean, that's just disgusting on Wade Barrett's part. I mean, why fool people? Why fool Hogan and shake his hand and embrace the fans only to do this?
Look at this, though. Look at what Wade Barrett did. He set up Hulk Hogan to get his ass kicked and then maybe use his rematch clause? Come on. How smart can you be, right? You're like, I'll be on your team in a 2-on-1, a tag team match. I'll be on your team, and then just leave him to get beat up by Ryback and Brock, the two biggest guys in the company right now. Oh, man.
Well, Wade Barrett definitely is a smart man, and I don't think it's going to be long before he gets that title back around his waist where he rightfully thinks it belongs. But
not even 1 week with the fans on his side and already turning. Meat hook. That is it. Hogan's down. That's it.
And now Ryback, if he gets the pin here,
Hogan kicks out at not even a 1.
And Brock Lesnar in the ring.
Oh, back out again. Man, I'm still abuzz about the Wade Barrett leaving.
This is, I mean, what a night it's been. And I mean, what did we just see before? We saw Batista and Randy Orton come out. Batista, of course, on Raw, coming out and pretty much doing a symbolic gesture of challenging. But what does Hogan have here? Wait a second.
Is he looking for a leg drop, maybe?
Oh no.
Leg drop on Ryback. That might be it. 1, 2, 3. Oh, no. Oh, I thought that was it.
Golly, you can't get any closer than that.
And what's funny about this is Brock is just letting Ryback get beat up.
I don't think Brock cares one bit. Brock will get in there when he wants to get in there. If Brock loses this match with Ryback, does he really care? He's going to do what he wants to do. He has his own agenda.
Now he's looking for the tag. But Ryback not listening to him. Ryback's got something else. Shell shock. Shell shock onto Hogan.
This could be it. And this will put Ryback into contention.
Still looking for that tag. He wanted the tag.
It's over.
That's it.
There's no way.
2, 3.
And look at that. Ryback now cementing his name as a contender for that title. I mean,
the story we don't want to forget, though, Wade Barrett leaving Hogan by himself. There's no way Hogan could have won that.
do you think all these guys think it's a slap in their face that a legend of Hulk Hogan is walking around a company they wrestle for as the champion? So they're all going to try to do what they can to get rid of this guy?
Hey, you know Hulk Hogan's known for those politics. It might be the same kind of thing going here. Did Hogan politic his way into a main event on the first show? I don't know. You need to have a big name on your first show on Ground Zero, so Hogan's a name I would have booked in there, but I don't know.
Well, I mean, the results of this show are a lot different than last show. I mean, Brock Lesnar and Ryback in the ring, and Lesnar seems to approve.
He's like, look what I just did. Oh!
Well, that's kind of scary that those two men are on the same page.
Shaking hands, and Ryback just letting him know, I got your back, and Brock says, you know what, you're on my team. So, wow, what a team that is. Brock Lesnar and Ryback. Who's going to be able to stop them?
I don't think there's anybody that can stop them.
Well, I want to thank you guys for watching Ground Zero. Thanks for joining us for this episode. Jack, you want to sign us off?
Well, another amazing Ground Zero show. But for Anthony Douglas, it was a pleasure calling the action with you. I'm Jack Lubash, and we will see you at Raw is War.